Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, we are back once again to bring you some more news regarding Rise of Iron and some news regarding Destiny CommunityCon. We'll go to the DCC news in a moment, but first, let's talk a little bit more about Rise of Iron. We have now just found out some interesting intel regarding the Devil Splicer enemies. As we last found out, and again, just using Game Informer again, on the website here, we just found out that there are at least 3 different types of Devil Splicer fallen enemies that we'll be facing in Rise of Iron, which is now just 3 weeks away. And I am very thankful that August is almost over. Thank God. So let's break down these 3 different kinds of enemies that we'll be facing in Rise of Iron in 3 weeks. The first one here is the Dreg Splicers. So as and you see the image there on the screen, the paragraph reads, Dregs have peg legs. Now, for peg legs there, they almost look like pirates without a leg. Yarr! They usually just have like a little telescope on just one leg, and the other leg is a real one. So, Dregs have peg legs. They run around faster, and they have weapons as well. They have like a unique Siva grenade, which is a red ball of Siva Cloud Explosion. So the Siva grenades that they'll probably fire is more likely going to be solar based. So be careful with that when they have solar burn coming up for Nightfall. If you kill them with a headshot, they have a chance to spawn a Death Seeker, which will slowly chase whoever killed them. So which will slowly chase whoever killed them. I think it's either going to be one of the Devil fallen enemies beside them, or one of the Guardians. We don't know. So there you go. They're having that bit of a discussion for quite a while. It pretty much adds the element to this quote: "I have to keep aware. No longer mindlessly plug in headshots into these guys. And if I do, I gotta think about it for a second. The weapons that they have is the pistol and the shrapnel launcher. They're a little bit different. Pistol's a bit snappier, and instead of zigzagging back and forth, it just makes it a little bit easier to miss or hit when it should have missed. Well, you're really going to be timing your spots carefully on those splicers, and look out for the Death Seeker, because it will deal a good amount of damage. Maybe. Those pesky little bastards there. Anyway, moving on to the second one here. These ones almost look like fallen captains from the first Destiny game, but they're not. These are called Vandal Splicers. It states as follows there: the Vandals are quite visually distinct. They got the big pyramid things on them, and not a lot of chance to their to their geometry. But they eventually have a berserk ability, much like the Hive Knights. So eventually, when they have the chance, they're at low health. Eventually regenerate a bunch of health and get super aggressive. Run on in there like a melee attacker and fit with the aggression profile. The weapon-wise, they eventually have the shock rifle. So remember the regular fallen Vandals, they fire the shock rifle. More likely going to be arc, but with the Devil type, they're going to be firing a solar shock rifle. And instead of it being the slow, seeking projectile that the rest of the Fallen eventually have, it has now turned into a more aggressive machine gun. So it no longer seeks you, but eventually fires a bit faster. And eventually when they have the wire rifle, instead of it being a single sniper shot, it eventually turns it into a triple tap burst. And eventually a slight spread on their burst makes it possible for us Guardians to take a partial sniper hit instead of a full sniper hit. So for us Guardians here, we got to be lightning quick on those sniper shots if you're equipping a sniper rifle. If not, well, we're going to be running into some problems there. Meanwhile, the third and final enemy for the Devil Fallen Splicers that we'll be seeing here is the Servitor Splicers. Now, for the Servitors, they have a triple tap shot as well. Instead of the single consistent shots that the Servitors eventually used to do, remember they just fire like void balls that they just fire at us, dealing a good amount of damage. It's more of a suppression rule. They're going to fire a hell of a lot faster. Like, boom, 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 that quick. We saw a little bit of the VDOC right there. And of course, they're bringing back 1 or 2 strikes there, as I just mentioned from previous videos. One will be the Devil's Lair for sure. And I think the other one, it's probably going to be the Summoning Pits, but I don't know for sure. They're a lot more aggressive with an artillery suppression rule. Instead of just being this machine that will just sit back like an anchor piece, it's now integral to the fight of pushing the player around the space. So they added some Flash Gordon doodads, I don't know what the heck they are, just to look a hell of a lot more angular. So obviously they're going to fire like solar balls at us right here, but they're going to be a hell of a lot faster. So the Guardians will have to be moving a hell of a lot more aggressive than the regular Devil's Lair strikes there, or any other boss Servitor strikes. Just like that. So there you go, we've broken down these 3 Devil Fallen enemies that we'll be facing in Rise of Iron in 3 weeks. Now, with Rise of Iron news out of the way, we're going to bring you up to date on some big news from Destiny CommunityCon. First of all, Destiny CommunityCon will be in Sunrise, Florida this Saturday on August 27th. It's going to be on the air from 11 in the morning until 7 o'clock at night. Now, there will be a full stream, but you can check that on Twitch. It's going to be on the Destiny CommunityCon channel. Among others, there's going to be a lot of Twitch and or YouTube members that will be there. Broman will be there, Goff will be there, Laced Up Lauren will be there, Miss 5000 Watts, and so on. Just to break down a few of the members that will be there. So it's going to be fantastic down there. And again, it's an all-day thing, so there you go. That should be a whole lot of fun right there. And if you haven't been around to watch the charity streams, folks, pretty much from, I think, last Thursday, August the 18th, and they ran it all the way until August 25th, they were donating a lot of money to the St. Jude's Children's Research Hospital. And the hashtag was for the kids. And boy, everybody for the Destiny community really stepped up nicely. The total amount of money that was donated was just over $500,000. We are looking at around, I don't know what I'm doing there. We are looking at around $503,000. And remember, 100% of that money goes all the way over to the St. Jude's Children's Research Hospital. And remember, if you don't know what the St. Jude's Hospital is, that hospital was introduced back in 1962 to help a lot of sick kids and just help them out to full recovery. And well, you pretty much know the information there. I never even heard of the hospital itself, but for that amount of money to be donated over there is just been insane. It is wonderful to donate that much money over there. And it just felt like if I was on Broman's shift right there, him himself has just raised at least $150,000 alone in that shift. And 100% of that money, like I said, is donated to that hospital. And again, that's for charity. Congratulations to all the Twitch members right there, and for the entire staff. They've done a wonderful job on the pre-Destiny CommunityCon charity stream marathon. And I would easily be clapping right now, but there you go. A lot of respect to that community. So there you go. Looking forward to Destiny CommunityCon. Like I said, it's coming up tomorrow, August the 27th. It's going to be all day. And one last thing before I go, and I made a correction on the last Rise of Iron news. I made a correction right there. Bungie/Destiny will be at PAX West, not PAX Prime. That's my fault on that one. Destiny/Bungie will more than likely be making one more pit stop before the launch of Rise of Iron September 20th. It is going to be PAX West. I think they're going to be heading in Lake Washington, if my memory serves correctly. Excuse me. So that's going to be running from September 2nd through the 5th on the Labor Day weekend. And one last thing before I go. Trials of Osiris is almost over in year 2. Going on right now from from August 26th through August 26th through the 30th for Legacy consoles. The final Trials of Osiris ever will take place as of right now. And again, for Legacy consoles, no more Trials of Osiris. But if you want to continue for Trials of Osiris, you need to upgrade to Xbox One, and please do it ASAP. Well, I'm not forcing you, but it's optional if you want to continue your career in Destiny. For players that have Xbox One and PlayStation 4, the final Trials of Osiris for year 2 is on the Labor Day weekend, September 2nd through the 5th. And there'll be a 3-week hiatus. But just so you know, the first Trials of Osiris for year 3 will more than likely be from September 30th through October 3rd. That'll be a pretty good way to kick off year 3. There you go. That's your latest news from Rise of Iron. We may have more coming up very, very soon as we continue our road to the launch of Rise of Iron. Like I said, it's 3 weeks away, folks. Definitely looking forward to playing it, and I will be doing a walkthrough of it starting on the 20th. That's your latest news. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll catch you guys next time for more. And good luck to everybody on Twitch and YouTube, the members that just took part in the charity stream. Best of luck at Destiny Community Con in Florida on August 27th. They'll have a lot of fun down there. And again, hashtag for the kids. St. Jude's Hospital will be making a lot of money being donated over there. $503,000 is a lot of money to donate. Very well done. Thanks for watching, everybody. Catch you guys next time.